Dzień dobry, assalamu alaikum, ciao, konnichiwa, guten morgen, bonjour, good morning, good morning, good morning, and come on England. What about it? Wow. How are you today? It was good, wasn't it? But I'll tell you something, if Carlsberg did quarterfinals, they wouldn't look like that, would they? Fantastic result for England. Absolutely buzzing from that. Hope you are too. The weight of the whole country is on their shoulders for Sunday, isn't it? Hope we can do it. I think the Italians are a great side, and it's going to be a fantastic match. And for me, it's just lifted. It's exactly the tonic that we needed right now. England with a great victory, historic victory over the Danes, and now into the most important match of their careers. After that, can't believe we were in the final. Absolutely can't believe it. It was a great final, a great semi-final, wasn't it? And I thought that actually Schmeichel was better than Pickford. I don't know about you, but I thought, that was a great save, and thank goodness we got the rebound. Apart from that, how are you? Welcome. And if you haven't been here before, welcome. This is Ken at 10. We talk about property normally, not football, but we just thought we should do a little occasion football because it's such a big thing, isn't it? Such a big thing. Just loving it at the moment and just, lifting the mood so greatly. A few things in the news today. If you haven't been here before, by the way, it's Ken at 10. We are James Alexander Estate Agents. We broadcast daily, all things property, and we're situated in Norbury, SW16, which is in South London, with Croydon to the south and Streatham to the north of us. Industry news, and this is one from the Telegraph. The Halifax House Price Index has revealed that prices fell in June for the first time since January, coinciding with the end of the stamp duty holiday. That's an interesting one for me. It still says, the Halifax says that property prices are still 8.8% or on average 21,000 higher than they were a year ago, with the strongest growth in Wales, Northern Ireland and Northwest England. We certainly haven't experienced the drop-off. I think that this might be about price renegotiation. I did say that there would be those that would be renegotiating their price, feeling, especially where vendors perhaps had not allowed them to meet that deadline, that they wanted a reduction in order to continue with the purchase. So it'll be interesting to see how much of it is that and how much of it is really the market, because our experience right now is there's a lack of supply. What is on the market is getting strong offers at or above the asking price. So, the market is still busy so far for us here in Southwest London. Of course, we haven't had the exponential growth of the outer areas, but still things are good. So if you're thinking of selling, then it's still relatively busy out there. Do give us a call. Rental-wise, an interesting article in The Independent, and this is about whether John Lewis, Lloyds and Legal & General's entry into the property market. All of those companies have entered into the property market, and the growth of company rentals. And Mr. Moore, who is the writer of this article, James Moore, says, big business plus housing though, ? Controversy is surely coming. Count on it. That's interesting, and I think it's true. I think, one thing you can be sure of with businesses, they're looking for profits. And when businesses are looking for profits, rents will only go one way. So I don't think this is necessarily bad news for the domestic or smaller landlord. I think in many respects, they will drive the prices that many smaller landlords wouldn't have. And yes, it may give greater security of tenure because they can provide perhaps longer tenancies. But most landlords that are in this business, in my experience, they don't come in it for a year or 6 months. They want longer term tenancies too. So I think it's more a fault of the current legislation than it is on individual landlords that require short-term tenancies. Yes, there will always be changes in circumstances, which mean that some landlords will sell. Big businesses won't have such pressures, but they will have a pressure to return to their shareholders. And that pressure will result in regular rent increases whenever they can do it. So I'm not sure it's the nirvana that some are suggesting it might be, large companies taking over a growth of rental in the UK. Article on Grenfell in The Guardian, and this will be interesting to watch unfold, and good for them. This is the Grenfell Tower compensation claims, and the High Court is hearing the compensation claims. Over 800 bereaved relatives and survivors from the Grenfell Tower, along with 102 firefighters, are seeking compensation from the tragedy in the High Court. The case will be the first time the cladding manufacturer Arconic and the insulation manufacturers Celotex and Kingspan, cladding contractor Harley Facades and other consultants have faced course action over the incident. The Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea have also been named as a defendant. It'll be good to see people taken to task over this for the first time, won't it? And if you're a grieving relative, absolutely 100%, it must be awful. My heart goes out to you, and I hope that you get some redress in the courts. Nothing can bring back the people, and it's one of the saddest tragedies in my lifetime that I've ever seen, and I hope that the contractors are taken to task over this. It's absolutely the greatest tragedy in housing I've ever known, and I just hope we do get some justice for the victims. So that said, as far as today's concerned, just about to go off on a Homes Under the Hammer, which is why I've got my best togs on, ready to go to Wimbledon and to see a large development there. Looking forward to that, see the guys and get that done. And then after that, we've got lots going on, lots of action. Still, things are busy. So, lots of new take-ons, seeing lots of people, advising lots of people. Lots of people are asking for tips and hints on strategy. Should they extend? Should they rent out? What should they do with their existing portfolio? Always happy to chat that through. Went to a house yesterday where someone was considering extending into the loft, and we added up the numbers and found that they would be £10,000 minimum worse off if they extended as opposed to if they sold as is. So it's always worth speaking to an agent if you're intending to make an improvement just to enhance the value. Sometimes that money can be better placed in other investments in the short term, or perhaps in a buy-to-let investment yourself rather than in your primary home if you're looking for a long-term investment for your families. So always worth considering that. So looking forward to I'm so excited for Sunday. I'm sure you are too. Can we do it? I hope so. Absolutely. The weight of the country is on your shoulders. But one thing I'm sure of, the England team have lifted this country just the tonic we need right now. So thank you, England. I'm a fan, and I know that you guys are too. So let's hope it's a good result on Sunday and we beat the Italians. Going to be the hardest game we've ever known, I'm sure. Exciting, now biting, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? So apart from that, have a fantastic day. We'll be back same time tomorrow, and I can at 10. Until then, stay safe and well.